Drinking black tea with honey and lemon. That's never gonna feel wrong. So we can sack it or enslave it. Let's sack it and see what there is to see. Bright presented to Democharis. Demonicae. Yeah, it's the young guy. So I actually never understood if there is a reason why to refuse the bride. No idea. So let's accept it. And the other are starving. The marriage celebrations between Demonica and Democharis. And Olbia is actually giving us an incredible amount of money. Yay! Chersonesos is starting to get rid of the devastation, it might seem. It's at 620 now. And Pontic Olbia is getting better as well. Oh yes, look at that! Projected profits minus 700. Okay. Oh, that seems pretty cool. But we have these guys as neighbors. That's slightly worrisome. I'm afraid they might decide to attack. Yeah, but there are more cities. I'm gonna leave the spy back there to watch them, and we're gonna strike a deal of trade rights with Pergamon. And would you trade map information? Okay. Wonders discovered. The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. Artemis, the goddess of fertility, hunting in nature, is honored at a magnificent and beautiful temple at Ephesus, a building filled with precious treasures and artworks. The temple is old, and the work there had been sponsored by King Croesus of Lydia, a ruler of enormous, even proverbial wealth. But in its current form, is the result of a terrible arson attack by an ignorant thug who wanted his name to be remembered for all time. And that's why we are not gonna name him! Aha! I see what you did there. The temple was destroyed in 356 BC on the very night Alexander the Great was born, and Plutarch claimed that the goddess was too busy watching over Alexander to look after her temple. The temple was eventually restored in 323 BC after Alexander's death, with works by the sculptors Pheidias, Polycletus, Crassilas, and Phradmon, and continued to attract thousands of visitors and pilgrims. Mausoleum at Halicarnassus. The tomb of Mausolus at Halicarnassus is one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. Mausolus, a satrap, was a local governor of Caria in Asia Minor and a part of Persian Empire, and so far from the center of power that he was, to all intents and purposes, an autonomous king. His legacy, this superb tomb, was the idea of his wife and sister, Artemisia, and although it was probably started during his lifetime, it was only finished 3 years after his death and a year after Artemisia was also dead. The building itself is simple and elegant, but it is the superb carvings and statues that make it so beautiful that travelers come just to gaze upon it. Bryaxis, Lochardes, Skopas, and Timotheus, 4 hugely talented sculptors, worked on creating the dozens of statues that adorn the buildings. Each being in charge of the works on the one side. The mausoleum, while beautiful in itself, is also noteworthy because it is not dedicated to the gods of ancient Greece. Really. So it's here. As I can see. Oh, it's a Ptolemaic kingdom. Okay, but we need to find Pontos. Here they are. So next time we're gonna speak to those as well. And what is Olbia doing? It has a port town, a small marketplace, and a land survey. So who's gonna rule this city? Is it gonna be you or you? I think actually it should be him. So if we retreat this army from here, he can hold it with a bit of help. Now this is gonna be very tricky. Are we going to hold this city and go and attack this one, thus creating an empire of this? Or are we gonna send this army back here to attack this city? You know what? I think we're gonna attack this town. Oh, tanks raid. He needs a bit of help though. Who could we leave behind? We need a big unit there. Actually, this city is doing fine, so I might want to send one of those units to Olbia instead. And in the meantime, we're gonna leave behind one of these. Okay, they're gonna rejoin us once when we're done with this. Okay, are you really sure that it's a wise idea to trespass on their territory? I'm not, but let's hope you know what you're doing. Actually, if we went with normal tax rate here, and with, well, let's keep low here and low here. Still at 900 gold less, but the devastation should really go. Yeah, it's look, it's going down. It's going down. Same in Pontic Olbia. Oh no, there it is still the same for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, we're gonna attack another city, and that should finally do it. We need to start getting moneyed over at such a depth. It's really starting to scare me. So we have the first crash. The game has crashed, and it did. However, it crashed probably after the save was done, because when I booted it, it is where it should be. So we have this bastard here trying to be what we don't want him to be, and that is a block on the road. We can't really spy on him because he's way too good. He doesn't seem to have what it takes to beat us though. So let's go and face him. Well, okay then. Tarunai, bonus fighting cavalry, Thracian spearmen. They have some archers, but mostly spearmen. Interesting. Well, we're gonna attack them nonetheless. We're gonna go and beat them and take history. And then this army will probably have to be stationed here and protect our borders. And if we are good enough, we will be able to raise an army later on to venture westwards. No, this is west, so eastwards. I guess that's how it's gonna go. So, let's fight the battle and enjoy it, because that's what we do here.